But what advice would you give like to foreigners actually to make this type of connections to do or whatever they want with like on the things that they are passionate about?
I suppose the most important thing, and this is kind of like my mantra right now, is embrace your privilege. I mean, the moment you leave the country,
Mm.
you like your home country, you're already privileged. I
Mm.
mean, we've got Wi-Fi now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've got Wi-Fi, we've got electricity, we've got convenience.
Mm.
You know, like that's the thing that we take for granted once we get to Poland. That it's actually pretty convenient. Like everything is convenient. Things like punctuality, you know, if you're going to work, work starts at 8, you don't have to wait for electricity
Yeah.
for 45 minutes. You know, we've got Wi-Fi everywhere.
Mm.
Like everywhere is connected. And and also understanding what your privilege is. Everyone has an opportunity, no matter how disadvantaged or advantaged you are.
Yeah.
So one example that I always use is everyone wants to be tall, right? That's like sort of that's sort of, I mean, okay, every guy wants to be tall, but then there's some advantages that shorter people have compared to taller people. If there's a crime in this room right now, the tallest person is most likely to be suspected of that crime, especially if it's like murder, than the shorter person. And so in every single thing where you think a disadvantage, we talked about the dancing, you know,
Yeah.
Poland is a beautiful country. I would say economically it's way better than my country.
Mm.
But these guys can't dance. I can dance. You know what I mean? So it's sometimes embracing your privilege and also understanding what's lacking in that certain environment. And then also showing what you have without imposing your country on them. So it's not like, don't come to someone's house. You know, it's like I come here and I'm like, you know, move that picture there and put it there. No, come here with humility and say, this is your house. I'm just here to add what you allow me to add.
Mm.
And I think that's kind of the main thing on just like the on being friendly or getting opportunities in Poland, just embracing your privilege,
Yeah.
what you've learned from Ethiopia. You know, I know one thing about Ethiopia, you guys have like really good food. You know, I think there's actually an Ethiopian
Oh,
restaurant.
you had Ethiopian food?
I tried to have I tried to have there was a lot of spice in it, so I lasted 30 seconds.
You don't like that much spice?
No, I like spicy food, but I realized I hadn't ate spicy food until I ate Ethiopian food. I'm like, okay, I haven't been eating spices. And that's the thing where there's certain sort of mannerisms, there's a certain way of life in Ethiopia that can be mimicked anyway. You know, a boy from Addis Ababa has certain privileges that a boy from Harare doesn't have,
Yeah.
or a boy from Mosul doesn't have. So actually embracing what you already have, be it your height, if you're good at sports, if you're good at music, embrace it. And the second thing, monetize your hobbies. That's the thing that I've really learned in Poland. If there's one thing I've learned in Poland, monetize your hobbies. I have a friend, he's an engineer.
Yeah.
And he on the weekend teaches, I think, snowboarding during winter. I'm like, he's an engineer, but then he's teaching snowboarding like in the weekend. Like, you're an engineer, dude. How do you find time for that? Snowboarding is like, so the problem with that sometimes Africans face is once we get a job, we aren't really pushed to make more money. Was doing everything to hold on to this job, but we actually don't diversify our income. You know, I've got friends who came to Poland, went back, and they were like, I feel robbed.
Yeah.
I feel like I was just working, but I didn't really do anything. So monetizing your hobbies. Some people are good football players. There are some lower end football teams you could try for. You could coach football. I know a guy who's actually coaching football now. If you can sing, no one sings like an Ethiopian girl, So teach them how to sing like an Ethiopian girl.
Yeah.
That kind of mixes that whole embracing who you are and then monetizing that. Because at the end of the day, you know, with the TRCs and everything, you're always in a rush to make money. So you have to monetize like your hobbies. For example, another thing that I've been doing is I've been refereeing. So I actually started a refereeing course and I've been working on like getting my referee badges. And on the weekend, I've already managed like a few tournaments. I make like
Like refereeing like a basketball match?
No
or
football matches. I'm from a football background. So if you're like what I mentioned, there's never been a black referee in Poland. So if I'm like the only black referee in Poland, and there's a friendly match between Poland and Ethiopia, and there's one black guy, who are they gonna choose? So that's the thing of like, there's so many different pockets or so many different spaces you can try out by just the stuff you already have without even learning stuff. I know a lot of people are trying to learn AI. I mean, we're late at learning AI. This has been there for a while. Yes, you can learn it, but there's certain things that are still valuable and you can sell them.
Definitely. I really agree with monetizing your hobbies. Especially there are a really good speakers out there, but they're not starting their podcast. So
I mean the equipment is expensive. But that's true.
I mean, you have your phone, right? Like, you can film anything.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere. So that's a really valid point when it comes to foreigner. As me myself, I'm a foreigner, so I know how it's going on. So, and when it comes to like business things, what advice do you give like for people who want to start business in foreign countries?
In foreign countries, the most important thing, know the legalities. I don't think I've ever shared this on a podcast. I once tried real estate, as an agent, because there are sort of like sub agents where like there's an apartment. I don't know if you guys have it in the Ethiopian circle where like someone finds an apartment, then you pay them. But then I tried it for like 2 months. And I'm like, nah, I do not understand this. And that's the thing of like, first of all, know what you know and use that. It's very hard to start something that you don't know. The problem is that people want to start from point 0 to point like 100. Nah, it's the stuff that you know, use that. And so first of all, know your legalities. Second of all, know what people want, and also know what is not financially worth your time. I've seen people like try to do events or entertainment, and trust me, that's the hardest thing to make money at. Like, it's the hardest thing to make money. Like, the gap is so small, and
the profit margin,
it's so small. It's really, what do you think? I don't know if I should say this, but why do you think most money laundering happens in entertainment? Because it's so difficult. So you also have to understand, is it worth your time and your energy? Because you might get fired focusing on this on this side job or this hustle. So know how expensive it is, not just financially, emotionally. I've seen people start businesses and those businesses ended them. Like, basically ended them. So when you're starting a business, understand how much of your time is going to take, how much of your energy emotionally it's going to take, because you'll be emotionally bankrupt at the end if you start something without knowing how much you have to emotionally invest in it. Second thing, the safest thing is start a business for your people, because if you start a business, the thing is that everyone starts a business like, I want the Polish market. The Polish people want the Polish market. Where you coming from, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, and try to get that market. Start with the people you know. If your business can't survive your country, why are you trying to go international? It's like trying to be a local rapper and you say, I want to be on Billboard, but you've never charted in Ethiopia or in Zimbabwe. Sometimes, we listen a bit too much to motivational speakers and we think we can do anything. But I always think, if you can't, the step for a business is, does it work with the Ethiopians or Zimbabweans in that region? Yes, okay. Does it work with the other foreigners? Yes, okay. Does it work for the Polish people? Then you can start that business. Otherwise, it would just be wasting time.